Hello everyone, Jason with Haggard Wilderness here, and I'm up in the woods, just parked the wheeler and got my backpack on there. Gonna take the backpack off and strap it on and head off into the juniper somewhere in here for a night, little overnighter. It's cold here in Wyoming. It's October 14th, I believe. And right now it's probably 25 something degrees with wind chill getting down there. The temperature is going to continue to drop throughout the night with a low of 12. So it will be a cold camp. Looking for something that's kind of deep, thick into the bushes. These trees don't block the wind a whole bunch, but they definitely do better than nothing. But I can look around and look around and look around for the perfect spot. I'm not necessarily gonna find it. And even though it's pretty early, it's like 1 o'clock probably, I still need to get a lot of work done. So yeah, it's 1:08. So I gotta pick this spot and I gotta go for it. So let's get the stuff out here. Get everything set up nice and cozy before I even start doing anything else with camp. Just because it's going to be cold enough to where the snow's not really going to melt on me, so I don't see myself getting super wet. But it's always good to know that it's there just so I can escape from the elements if I need to. So I like getting that done. Plus it's my least favorite part. You can see over there though, I got blue skies, and when you're in the sun it's warm, like it's really warm. I actually feel like I should probably spend some time in the sun as well before it goes down, just to soak up the warmth. So my tarp is I think it's a 10 by 12 Amazon tarp. I mean, it's still pretty nice. I think it's like ripstop nylon. It's definitely not one of the big hardware store tarps or anything, so it's kind of nicer. But I also have my own stakes, or the tarp's own stakes separate from the tent. There's probably 8 or 9 of those in there. A whole bag of cordage, which I'm hoping is already cut up. If this is the bear hang, I'm going to have to cut it, which is fine, whatever. And then the tarp is in here. So let's see what kind of damage we can do here. I did pull it off, and I do think it will be helpful. You can see right there in the middle, there was no tie point, so I had to do a button. So I do know how to do that. That took me a minute, but it is going to be blocking the wind primarily from where the wind is coming. I do need to tie down, I think, the bottom a little more because the wind's going to be coming up underneath that gap there. But for the most part, it's going to help extremely. Still pretty cold. It's actually going to be a lot warmer in the sun right now. I should probably go sit in the sun while the sun's still out. It's pretty early still. It's 2:30. Soak up some sun while I can, and then collect a bunch of firewood. Going to try to have that fire keep me warm. Put it right here in front of me. And the tarp's doing okay. There's still kind of that north side of the wind coming through, but it'll help. Fortunately, the stuff that I probably gathered at one point in time isn't just gonna be dry enough to burn, really. Maybe when I get the fire really going. Been lucky to have snow in the Wyoming and Utah area over the last few days. We were very blessed to have the rain that we did. this year, although, I mean, it wasn't enough, but there was definitely some very severe rainstorms. So I see just right where my backpack's at, we got all this dead stuff that's sitting upright still, so it'd be nice and dry. This tree actually kind of just is falling apart, even though it's funny, these junipers, they don't really die. They're so old, they take forever to grow, and they don't really die, but like parts of them die. So like this one's laying down on the ground right here, and it's green and growing out of the ground right there, just like stubborn as hell. But we got some pieces over here that are definitely dead. So you just got to be very selective about what you're cutting, and you can just tell if it's dead or not. So I got the silky gomboy here. Start getting some wood gathered here. So here's a little better picture of like kindling pile, smaller fuel pieces, big fuel pieces, and then the stuff in the back I still need to cut up. I'd say this is probably 3 hours worth of firewood, if that. So I need to get more, way more. And they always say, the old saying is, get enough wood to where you think you have enough, and then get twice as much. So I have this bushcraft knife that my buddy made me, forged the steel himself, handle, everything, all homemade. So great bushcraft knife, big, thick girth on it. So I'm gonna try to do like a shavings fire with the flint and steel, and just see how I'm doing on that program. See, this thing is just, it's really hard to get. It's really hard to get a strike right in the zone. There we go, come on baby. Damn, this is definitely gonna be not the easiest thing. Let's try it again. Ah, that's what I was afraid of. Got it right there. Man, it's not easy. Alright. Yeah, that kind of... Woo! Well, that was a major fail. Right into the middle of this pile here. Ooh, no way. No way. Go, baby, go, baby, go. Yes. Oh, where's my twigs? I was not ready. I was not ready for that. I need my little twigs. Where are you at? Oh, these are all wet too, man. Okay. Okay, okay. The wind's helping out. Man, I should have had better kindling. I should have had better fuel set up for that, but it worked. So yeah, anyway, went antelope hunting with my buddy on four-wheelers out in the middle of like the kind of the desert, kind of like what this is. Less trees though, just big sage. And we were on wheelers. He wanted a buck, so we scoped one out, or glassed one, and then we stalked him on foot. Left the four-wheeler, stalked him on foot for probably an hour. Ended up spooking him. He was with a couple does. So we kind of gave up. We were like, he's gone. It's getting dark. Well, anyway, we drive to the top of this hill with the wheelers, and there they are. Look, they're right over there. And he just jumps off his wheeler. He's got a big old 7 mag, badass long-range rifle with the scope and, I mean, the whole deal. So we're sitting there and we're glassing him. He's looking and he's like, if he goes broadside, I got a shot. Guy went broadside, 500 yards. My buddy takes the shot and lands it perfectly right in the paper plate sized area of the vitals. So he starts saying, you know, hey, we got to remember where he's at, you know, because it's getting dark. And I lost him in the binoculars. I kind of screwed up the job I had. But we drove down there and started looking, and it was dark by the time we got down there. And we looked for about 2 hours. I was ready to give up well before he was. He wasn't going to leave that animal out there. But we were just in a sea of sagebrush as big as you could imagine, and he had disappeared in there. We were on our way back to the wheelers with headlamps and flashlights looking, and next thing you know, on our way back to the wheelers, there's a little glimmer of light, and it's the eyeball of the goat, and it's him. Perfect shot. So we take the wheelers down there, and we put the headlights on him, and my buddy pretty much does all the work to clean him up and, you know, gut him and everything. And we load the goat on the back of his wheeler, and we get ready to get going. Well, the next thing you know, my four-wheeler won't start, and his won't either. But the trick thing is his has a pull start, fires right up. Mine doesn't. It's a new four-wheeler. It's fuel injected. Does not have a pull start. So now we're in the middle of nowhere. It's probably 11 o'clock at night at this point, and there's no way we can jump it. So he's like, well, let's tie it up. I'll tow you out of here. And we had gone through some pretty gnarly stuff to get up there. Went through a ravine and up and down big mountains and stuff. So he pulled me as far as he could. We were lost for a minute. It was dark, pitch dark. And eventually we got to this mountain, or this hill. It was really the last one. Couldn't get up it. There's just no way. So we had to abandon my four-wheeler, brand new wheeler, out there in the middle of nowhere. Really, who's gonna take it? But I gotta get on the back. I'm sitting on the top of this dead antelope, on the back of his wheeler. We're driving, get back to the truck, get home. It's probably about 1 o'clock in the morning by the time we get home. And had to go back out and get the wheeler and jump it. So quite the adventure. It was really something else. A roller coaster of emotions, that's for sure. All right, getting pretty chilly. I'm gonna put the rain layer on, because that actually tends to hold some good heat in and warm me up. Plus it has a hood. I feel like a lot of my warmth is escaping off the back of my neck. So I feel like if I have this with like the flannel on underneath, it might make a little bit of a difference. Oh, but not too cold. It's just started to see my breath. Definitely a temperature drop happening, and the wood's going pretty fast. You know, I hope I have enough. Oh, and it's snowing. It's starting to snow too. It's just very light, silly little flakes rolling around. The weather didn't call for snow really at all. Earlier today, yeah, but there might be some moisture in the air that just freezes and ends up being snow, but nothing accumulative. Okay, I think I got some good embers underneath the grill, nice and hot. Then I need to leave enough over here to start a fire. But if I feel like this thing is solid enough, which I do, slap my steak on there here soon. A little bit of sizzle. All right, let's just check out what's going on underneath. Oh my God. That looks so good. Still a little too much heat though, a little too much char. I need to cook this thing through, it's very thick. This thing's cooking perfect with the embers. I've just been kind of flipping it to, oh, look at that. Ooh, yeah, that's hot. Get this thing freaking rolling here. All right. Let's cut into this champion. I think that this is going to be just the perfect freaking cut. Got to figure out how to not. I don't know if that's just fat. No, that's meat. Oh man, don't drop it. Oh, look at that. Definitely well done, which is more than I like, but oh my gosh, you guys. This is so good. Fall apart. Alright, I'm gonna eat this. I gotta turn the camera off and eat. Don't spill the steak, Jason. Well, that was a really, really good steak. One of the best I've had in a long time, for sure. And, yeah. Should be a good morning. No work tomorrow. Get up, take my time. I got some bacon, a bagel, cream cheese. Got to break everything down, so should be a good night. Appreciate you guys joining me. I'll catch up with you as I get ready to go to bed. Alright folks, it's actually pretty comfortable in the tent. Definitely doesn't feel like 12 degrees. It feels like maybe 20 degrees in here. I mean, it's not warm, but it's way warmer than 12, so pretty happy about that. But anyway, feeling pretty comfy. Had a good night. I'm gonna zip up and just enjoy the rest of the night. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Let you know how things went. Thanks for joining me. Haggard's out. Alright, good morning you guys. It's late. It's like 8:30. Slept in. Kind of had a rough night. And it's not because of the cold. It's because I drank all my water and was still thirsty. It just sucks. 2 liters of water just does not do it for me for an overnighter. I gotta have more. So you can see I have this like very small splash of water to make coffee with, which is fine because I brought some creamer so I can like cut it with creamer and make it into somewhat of a cup of coffee. But the sun came up and oh, it was so nice. I could feel the tent get like 10 degrees warmer with the sun hitting it, so I was able to just like unzip my sleeping bag, and it's actually pretty comfortable out there now. I think once the sun's a little higher, it's gonna be nice and warm today. All right, folks, well, I'm all packed up and heading out. About halfway back to the four-wheeler. Really short hike. But anyway, I appreciate you joining me. It was a really good night. Stayed super warm. As usual, bring more water. And it's gonna be a beautiful day though. But anyway, appreciate you guys joining me, and until next time, Haggard is out. Peace out.